Okay, so in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Darius Dwayne Collins Jr., file number 24-21767FH, 24-21798FH, and 24-22082FH. Says the date and time set for show cause. Mr. Collins was ordered to appear. He's failed to do so. I would show a bench warrant on each file and set bond in the amount of 25,000 cash on each file. Is David Signs in the courtroom?
David Signs?
Yes, sir.
No, he's not.
Judge, he also is not reporting.
Okay, well, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus David Royal Signs, file number 24-22047FH. This is the date and time set for a show cause. Mr. Signs has failed to appear. I'm going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest and set bond in the amount of 25,000 cash.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
You're welcome. In the matter of Alyssa Marie Smith, file number 20-20105FH, that matter was handled yesterday, so we will not need to, sorry, that was my cat, because I'm home sick. All right, so Mr. Goldstein, you are here on behalf of Mr. Rosenberg, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is Mr. Rosenberg in the courtroom?
Rosenberg?
Zachary Rosenberg?
Check the hallway.
He's probably not there, Your Honor. He's got a warrant for his arrest.
Right. Mr. Goldstein, you just popped up in my memories from your quote unquote retirement. Let me see how many years ago that was. You didn't do well on that.
I know, Your Honor. I'm trying.
Yeah. No, Mr. Rosenberg, do you have any information on that?
No, Your Honor. I've got a couple of matters in front of Judge Olsaver. I'll try to get a hold of Mr. Rosenberg and report back later this morning.
Okay, I'll put it to the end of my docket. Thank you. All right.
Your Honor, did you issue a warrant on Collins?
Yes, $25,000 cash on each file. Ms. Teskey, you saw we have Ms. Spiegel today too.
I did. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Sala, you are on behalf of Mr. Eanes, and he is in my waiting room, I think. So I'm going to bring him in.
And Judge, I'm here today as your prosecutor filling in for Isaac.
Great, thank you. All right, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Matthew Robert Eanes, file number 25-22407FH. I have Stanley Sala appearing on behalf of Mr. Eanes. Mr. Eanes, do you want to go ahead and unmute your device and start your video, please? All right, Mr. Eanes, can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, Mr. Sala represents Mr. Eanes, and I have Phoebe McClure appearing on behalf of the people. So, Mr. Sala, how would you like to proceed today?
I've had conversation with Mr. Sneed, and he's indicated, and I agree, we need one more adjournment. We'd like to set over. We're close to a resolution.
All right, how far out? I have January 28th or February 11, Mr. Sala.
January 28th would be good.
All right, so Mr. Eanes, I'm going to set this over for another pretrial on January 28th at 8:30 in the morning. I am giving you notice on the record, but Mr. Sala, can you prepare the stip in order to adjourn? And Ms. McClure, can he sign your name with permission?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Sala, did you have any other matters this morning?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. Mr. Eanes, you're all set.
Thank you very much.
Thank
too.
you. All right, so I have a couple people sitting in my courtroom. I apologize. I have COVID. I'm at home. So who do I have sitting on that bench there?
Dave McCready and Meredith Manis for Andrew Wright, and he's on Zoom.
All right, and who's that next to you over there?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay, Dave McCready.
No.
Dave McCready.
It's Mr. McManus, Your Honor.
McMahon, McCready, 2 M's.
Okay, that's all I needed. Okay. In the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Andrew Wright, let me check my waiting room. He is there. Okay, so this is file number 25-22169F8. And Mr. McManus appearing on behalf of Mr. Wright, and I have Dave McCready appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for a pretrial conference in this matter. So Mr. McManus and Mr. Wright, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. McManus, how are we going to proceed today?
Your Honor, we have a full plea agreement. We're requesting to put this on the record on January 28th in person.
Okay, so you're asking for an adjournment to January 28th.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll prepare
Would
and
it be
step in order.
possible to, do you want to do it on a Wednesday or would you like another day?
No, Wednesday, the 28th would be perfect.
Okay, so we will set this over to January 28th at 8:30 in the morning in person. And Miss Adams, oh, never mind, your defendant's not here. So Mr. McManus, can you do the Stipman order to adjourn? And Mr. McCready, can you sign your name with permission?
You may. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Wright, we'll see you back on January 28th at 8:30 in the morning.
All right, thank you.
And hope you feel better.
Thank you. All right. Matthew Eanes, I'm gonna release you because you're all set. I'll send you on your way. All right, I have in my waiting room, I don't know what this is, let me see. I got a couple of people. All right, so I have somebody, it looks like in MDOC. Could I ask what your name is?
Jonathan Grenzicki, 867147.
Great, thank you so much. So your attorney is Rhonda Underwood, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna change your screen name. And then I am going to, Miss Underwood typically goes to the other court first. And so when she gets here, I will take your case, but in the interim, you can just kind of hang out with me, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And let me put her initials after you, make sure I spell Grenzicki right. I did. All right, so you just hang with us for a minute. All right. I have somebody on a Motorola Moto. The screen's really dark, so I can't really see who you are. What is your name? Go ahead and unmute yourself. Mr. Grenzicki, I will tell you, if I get a lot of background noise, I may have to put you in the waiting room. So if I disappear, I put you in the waiting room, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. I have a gentleman with the hat on. Why don't you take your hat off and you're on a Motorola device. What's your name, sir?
James Collins.
All right, Mr. Collins, this is the date and time that was scheduled for a probation violation hearing. And Miss Teskey, was he supposed to come in person for that?
He was, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Collins, I need you to come to courthouse, okay?
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you in a few. He was in court with me last week, so he was in court for something else. All right, I
Okay.
have
He missed
Matt,
his,
huh?
he missed his report day.
I know, but he did show up for court like a week ago. All right, so now I have Matt Kester, but I do not have attorney Aisha. All right, so wait a minute. I don't have any public defenders. I have Dave Goldstein, but are there any PDs in the courtroom? Oh, I got Matt Murphy. Mr. Murphy, because I'm kind of like had to work from home today without preparation. Could you tell me which client you represent today?
I have Johnny Ramos Ruiz. That's the only one that I got in your court today.
All right.
He's in the courtroom, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ramos Ruiz, can you come up to the podium for me, please? Thank you. All right, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Johnny Ramos Ruiz. File number 25-22332FH. I am Matt Murphy appearing on behalf of Mr. Ramos Ruiz. Mr. Ramos Ruiz is appearing in person. Says the date and time says for final pretrial, because I do not have the files at home. I also have Dan Gumto appearing on behalf of the people. So Mr. Murphy, when is he scheduled for trial?
Your Honor, we have a plea agreement worked out. I'm sorry. I didn't have my defender data up right now. I think it was scheduled for trial next week.
Okay, so I will tell you, county email is down, but my staff did text me a copy of the felony information. So if you can give me just a minute to look at it. All right, so I have an amended felony information that has count 1 assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 4 years in prison and or a $2,000 fine. Is this the right one? Okay, and then they added, and he has a habitual offender third offense notice. And then they added a count 2 aggravated assault, which is a 1-year misdemeanor and a $1,000 and or a $1,000 fine. So, Mr. Murphy, what is the plea offer in this?
Your Honor, it's for Mr. Ramos Ruiz to plead no contest to the 1-year misdemeanor with an agreement for no upfront jail, suspended of any jail being suspended up front. No length, there's no agreement on the length of probation. But again, it's for no contest to that aggravated assault.
Okay. And would that be for civil liability?
Lack of memory, Your Honor.
Okay. All right.
And civil liability as well. It involved a dog attack.
Okay. Mr. Gumto, is that the plea offer?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Ramos Ruiz, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Speak up, please.
Yes.
Okay. Can you state your full name for the record?
Johnny Ramos Ruiz.
Okay. You can put your hand down. Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Ramos Ruiz, you've heard the statement of your attorney and the prosecuting attorney. Is it your intention to plead no contest to count 2 aggravated assault, which carries a maximum penalty? Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Grenzicki. I'm going to pop you in the waiting room real quick, all right?
Yes, sorry, Your Honor.
It's not your fault. Thank you. All right. So is it your intention then, Mr. Ramos Ruiz, to plead guilty to count 2 aggravated assault, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 1 year in jail, with the understanding there is a Killebrew agreement between the prosecutor and Mr. Murphy that you will serve no upfront jail? Is it your intention to plead to that?
Yeah.
All right. And your intention is to plead no contest due to civil liability and lack of memory. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, are you satisfied with Mr. Murphy as your attorney and the advice that he has given you?
Yes.
Neither the prosecutor, the defendant, nor anyone on the defendant's behalf has discussed any other possible sentence with the court. Is that correct, Mr. Murphy?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gumto?
Yes, Judge.
And Mr. Ramos Ruiz, to your knowledge, is that true as well?
What?
To your knowledge, has anyone else discussed a possible sentence with the court other than what's placed on the record?
I mean,
So the agreement was there would be no upfront jail, but there's no agreement on fines and costs on length and probation. Would you agree with that?
yes.
And to your knowledge, has Mr. Murphy or Mr. Gumto made any other agreements with you outside of that?
Right.
Can you repeat that for me,
Sir.
please?
Nobody, nobody aside here.
Okay, good. So if a no contest plea is accepted, there will be no trial. This means that you will be giving up rights you would have had at trial. I'm going to explain those rights to you now to make sure that you understand them. You have a right to a speedy public trial by jury. You may ask for a non-jury trial, and if the prosecutor and court agree, you can have a non-jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have the prosecuting attorney prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty, and you do not have to prove anything. You have the right to be present at trial and have witnesses against you appear at your trial and to ask those witnesses questions. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses you have for your defense to appear at the trial. You have the right to remain silent during your trial and not to have your silence used against you. However, you also have the right to testify at your trial if you want to testify. Do you understand that if your plea is accepted, you may be giving up the right to appeal issues that would otherwise be appealable if you were convicted at trial? Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right. Do you understand that any appeal from the conviction and sentence pursuant to the plea will be by application for leave to appeal and not by right? Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
So I don't have my updated arraignment script at home, but the law has changed now. So even though we have an agreement that there would be no upfront jail from now until the time of sentencing, if you were to violate bond conditions, if you were to be charged with a new criminal offense, do you understand any Killebrew agreement would go out the window, like the no upfront jail would go out the window, and I could sentence you to jail and you wouldn't have a right to withdraw your plea. So it's very important you stay out of trouble and don't violate bond conditions up until the time of sentencing. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right. If you are not a citizen of the United States of America, a conviction of a crime may result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States of America, or denial of naturalization. Sir, do you have any questions about the rights that I've given to you? Say it again.
No, I don't have no question.
Okay.
You have to speak up, sir.
And I apologize. I would much rather be at work today, but obviously that's not happening. All right. So, sir, you're entering a no contest plea. So when I ask for a response of not guilty, guilty, or no contest, your attorneys advise you're pleading no contest today. All right. Okay. So how do you wish to plead to the charge that on or about May 30 of 2025 in the city of Adrian in the county of Lenawee that you did commit the offense listed under count 2, assault aggravated? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I'm confident, I'm guilty.
Mr. Ramos Ruiz, did you want to plead no contest, guilty or not guilty? Again, as we discussed, the plea was to plead no contest if you want to take the plea. That's what the judge is asking you. Do you want to plead no contest, guilty or not guilty?
Yeah. No contact, no.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Now, has anyone made any threats or promises to you to induce you to plead no contest to this charge?
Nobody.
Say that again for me. I'm so sorry.
Nobody.
Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Has any, do you understand if I accept this plea, you will be giving up any and all claims that your plea is given as a result of promises or threats that were not disclosed to the court on the record during this hearing, or that it was not your own choice to enter the plea? So you understand you can't come back later and say somebody promised or threatened you anything, okay?
Yes,
Say yes or, okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Is the prosecutor or defense counsel aware of any promises or threats or inducements other than the plea bargain to induce the defendant to plead no contest? Mr. Gumto
No, Your Honor.
and Mr. Murphy.
Your Honor, just I told Mr. Ramos Ruiz that at sentencing, I'd argue for a minimal sentence from the court. Other than that, there's been nothing promised to Mr. Ramos Ruiz.
Okay. So Mr. Ramos Ruiz, I understand your attorneys talked about what he would like your sentencing to be, but your attorney hasn't promised you anything, any particular sentence or estimated what your sentence will be in terms of probation and fines and costs, has he?
I can hear you, man. What do you say? I can hear you say. What do you say?
So did he promise you how long you'd be on probation?
No, you promised me nothing, just, I don't know, you gotta deal with the DA.
So no, was that a no?
That's right, I don't know, you promised me, you offered me 2 years.
Johnny, she's asking for a yes or no. Just a yes
No.
or no. Did I promise you anything other than the plea agreement? Like, did I promise you a length of probation, or did I explain that I was going to argue for what the probation would be?
Yeah, I don't, with the probation be,
Okay. And did he promise you anything in terms of how much your fines and costs would be?
probably nothing,
Okay, okay. And again, I apologize for the issue with being able to hear. And it's your own choice to plead no contest today?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So Mr. Gumtoe or Mr. Murphy, who's going to place factual basis on the record?
Your Honor, I can do that. The defense would stipulate that at trial, the following facts would be proven beyond a reasonable doubt to the jury. That again, on May 30th of 2025, Mr. Ramos Ruiz was indeed in the city of Adrian, the county of Lenawee, state of Michigan. And at that time, at about 11 o'clock or 11:30 so at night, there was an involvement, altercation between himself and a Miss Garza. That during that altercation, Miss Garza was struck by a speaker that was held by Mr. Ramos Ruiz, and that the striking of her with that speaker was done above and beyond any necessity for a defense, and therefore meet the requirements of, again, an aggravated assault, being that speaker was used to cause bodily harm, and so it could be satisfied as a weapon. So again, Your Honor, we would stipulate and agree that those facts would be proven beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, and we believe that would just satisfy the factual basis in this matter.
All right, thank you, Mr. Murphy. Mr. Gumtoe, anything to add?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, all right. So based on the facts placed on the record and from the information contained in the police report, the court finds beyond a reasonable doubt that on May 30th of 2025 in the city of Adrian and county of Lenawee, the defendant did commit the offense of aggravated assault by striking Miss Garza with a speaker above and beyond any necessity for self-defense, and causing some bodily injury. And therefore the court accepts the no contest plea. So, all right, has the court complied with MCR 6.302 B, C, and D? Mr. Gumtoe?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Accept the plea. It has been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. The defendant has full knowledge of his rights. He does have competent counsel. This court has made no agreement regarding the possibility of a plea or possible sentence in this case with the prosecutor, the defense attorney, the defendant, or anyone acting in the interest of either of them other than the Killebrew agreement that was struck between the people and the defense. I'm going to refer this matter to the District Court Probation Department for a pre-sentence investigation. So Mr. Ramos Ruiz, today is January 7th. This is a misdemeanor, so I'm going to need you to report to the District Court Probation Officer, and that will be on January 15. So I don't know, Deputy Luce, if you want to give him a post-it note. January 15 between 8 and 10, I need you to report to the District Court Probation Department, okay? And when you meet, they'll set up a time to meet with you. And when you meet with them, be truthful about your background. Obviously, you pled no contest, so you don't have to make a statement about the events that occurred. They'll prepare a pre-sentence report. We will provide that to Mr. Murphy. Make sure you reach out to Mr. Murphy about a week before sentencing to review that. And then we are using Miss Adams. If I could get a notice of hearing from Mr. Ramos Ruiz for sentencing. February 20 at 8:15 in the morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramos Ruiz, you can appear in person or via Zoom. Is there any preference from either counsel?
Whatever Mr. Ramos Ruiz wants to do, it's up to him.
Mr. Ramos Ruiz? In
Yeah,
person?
in person. Yeah.
Okay, we'll put in person, and Miss Adams, if we could get a notice of hearing from Mr. Ramos Ruiz. All right, Mr. Ramos Ruiz, make sure you continue to follow your bond conditions. Report next Thursday to District Court Probation between 8 and 10. We'll get you a notice of hearing for sentencing, and we'll see you back on February 20th at 8:15. So I have a seat on that bench right behind you, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
thank
Johnny. I'll
you.
talk to you soon, okay?
Bye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Malaro, I apologize. I'm kind of discombobulated today. So, Mr. Malaro, who do you have today?
Judge, I have Rudy Perez. I'm covering for Mr. Glazer.
All right, hold on a
And
second. Say
I
Malaro.
don't know
And
if
who
he's there.
Mr.
but-
Perez is in the courtroom.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Malaro, who else do you have?
Yeah, as far as I know, that's it, Judge.
All right, Mr. Rudy Fred, do you want to step up to the podium? Mr. Haisha will be with you in a minute. Haisha or Haisha? Which one is it again?
Haisha.
Haisha, okay. I don't have your file, so thank you.
No worries. Take your time, Judge. Thank you.
Yep, your client's here. I'll call you next.
Mr. Ramos,
Yeah.
All right, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Rudy Mario Perez, file number 25-22457 FC. Mr. Perez, I have senior public defender Salvatore Malaro here on your behalf today for Mr. Glazer. So and then I have I'm gonna go with, where'd you go? Phoebe McClure.
Your Honor, this is my case, Your Honor.
All right, is that you, Mr. McCready?
Yes.
Okay, and I have Dave McCready appearing on behalf of the people. So, Mr. Malaro, how are we proceeding today with this?
Your Honor, Mr. Glazer tasked me to ask the court for an adjournment of up to 90 days.
Is there any
He did not-
objection to that, Mr. McCready?
No objection.
All right, Miss Adams, I'm gonna need an April date, please.
Sorry, Judge, you're looking for April pretrial?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
We could do April 8th or April 15th.
Let's do April 15 at 8:30 in the morning. And Miss Adams, Mr. Perez is here in person. Could we generate a notice for him?
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Perez, we will see you back on April 15 at 8:30 in the morning. I'm going to ask that you take a few steps back and have a seat on that bench behind you, and my staff will give you a notice of hearing, all right?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. All right, Mr. Haysha, I'm going to bring in Mr. Kester. All right, Mr. Kester, if you and Michelle Senklitz, I don't even know when I'm getting to the pickup, so you're free to hang out, but probably won't be right away. All right.
That's fine. Thanks, Your Honor.
No problem. Mr. Kester, if you could unmute your device and start your audio, please. All right.
How's that?
That's good. Can you hear me, Mr. Kester?
Yes.
All right, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Matt Allen Kester, file number 25-22380FH. I have Vincent Haysha appearing on behalf of Mr. Kester, and I have Phoebe McClure appearing on behalf of the people. This is
Your Honor, this is my case.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have Mr. McCready in the courtroom. So it's Mr. McCready appearing on behalf of the people. So, Mr. Haysha, how would you like to proceed today?
Judge, good morning. I spoke to Mr. McCready on Monday, and we communicated a bit with your staff yesterday. I think at this point, we're looking to get preferably a summertime trial date set. I've seen some dates that are available. Understanding the court sets the dates and the scheduling. I'll defer to the court.
All right. How many days will you need for trial?
I would think, and Mr. McCready, correct me if I'm wrong, probably at least 4.
Is that
was my
included?
estimate, 4 days.
I'm sorry, Mr. McCready.
I would agree that 4 days, including jury selection, should be about right.
Okay, jury selection usually takes about the morning. And then does that include jury deliberations or no?
No, I would say maybe 5 days with jury deliberations. I think this is going to take a week.
Okay.
Maybe less, Judge, but to be safe, I'd rather say 4 to 5 as opposed to 2 to 3 and be wrong.
All right. So Miss Adams, are you in your, oh, there's Miss Adams. I'll wait till you get back to your desk.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm back.
Okay, so I'm looking at June and let me see here. No. So Miss Adams, do we have any Monday dockets not scheduled in June? Like June, the week of June 15 or the week of June 17?
We can't do the week of June 15. You're not available Thursday or Friday that week.
How about July 6th, the week of July 6th?
So you are not available the 6th.
Really? Okay. What did the week of June 22nd look like?
That should work. You only have 2 pre-trials so far.
So we could probably move those, right?
Yeah.
And nothing on the motion docket? All right.
Yep.
All right. So I will set the trial starting June 22nd at 9 a.m. for 5 days. Mr. Haysha, Wednesday, our trial docket would start at 10:30 for the rest of the week, though it will be 9 a.m.
Got
I
it.
expect all parties present at 8:30 in the morning, though, the day one.
Great.
I'm going to set Miss Adams, am I available June 10 for a final pretrial?
Yes.
Okay, so June 10 at 8:30 in the morning for a final pretrial. I'm going to require that by June 5, the parties provide to the court a stipulated set of jury instructions and voir dire questions. And that pretrial will be in person for the attorneys in case we need to review or there's any disputes. So that June 10 pretrial will be in person to review the jury instructions and voir dire questions. Let me see, I will make June 10 the date for final motions. And I require jury instructions to be provided to the court in the format that they will go in the booklet, so filled out with all pertinent information on it. So I would ask that you and Mr. McCready, review those in advance and stipulate to as much as possible. And then on June 10th, when you're here in person, I'll make that a 10:30 pretrial. We can sit down and talk about it. And then procedurally, I do voir dire. I do allow follow-up questions. We usually set a jury by noon and start that afternoon. Most times we have a jury set and we do get in opening statements.
Okay.
So we move fairly quickly. I think that's it. So June 22nd trial starting at 9 a.m. All parties present by 8:30. June 10 for a final pretrial at 10:30 a.m. in person, so we can review any disputes there might be regarding jury instructions or voir dire. And then all motions to be heard by June 10. And I think that's it. I will finish the scheduling order and fill it out and get it out to you guys tomorrow when I get back into the office. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Any questions,
Very well.
Mr. Hay-
No, not at this time, Judge. I think that's fine. Mr. McCready and I are still working through whatever issues we have, so that works.
All right, Mr. McCready, anything to add?
No, we're all set, thanks.
Okay, all right, excellent. Thank you both. And
you,
we'll see you
Judge.
back then. Thank you, Mr. Custer and Mr. Haysha.
Thank
Yep,
you.
thank you.
Okay. So, Miss Adams, I don't know if you have a copy of the docket with counsel. Mr. Kester, you're all set. I'm gonna help you. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Well, don't send it to me. Because I don't know.
I mean via text. I'll text it.
Okay, I was gonna say, well, actually, I don't have that many cases left. So let me just ask you, Rhonda Underwood represents Mr. Grunzicki, right?
Yes, we've got Rhonda and Grunzicki, Hodges, and Kelly.
What about Michael Newsom?
Rhonda and Newsom. We've got
Wait.
Sam for John on Perez.
Who's on Newsom? I didn't hear that.
Rhonda.
Okay, and then I already got Perez, so Villarreal.
Villarreal. That
Philippe.
is being adjourned.
All right. What about Christopher Wade?
Wade is Mr. Fry.
He's here, Judge.
Okay, great. And I think that's it. Okay. Mr. Fry, do you have your client with you?
Mr. Wade's here in the courtroom.
All right, so Mr. Fry, could you and your client step up to the podium?
Mr. Fry's not in the courtroom, just Mr. Wade.
Oh, I thought, okay. Miss Adams, if we could reach out to Mr. Fry. And I know I have Mr. Burke on behalf of the AG on Newsom, but we're still waiting for Miss Underwood.
Your Honor, I was just logging on to make sure that my case with you is still on the docket, but yes, thank you very much. I'm also on with Judge Olsaver on 2 other cases at the
Why
same
don't
time
you
on my
go
laptop.
down there? Go to Judge Olsaver because Rhonda's down there.
Right. I'm on. I'm logged on my laptop, so
Okay. All right. Thanks.
we're multitasking today. So we're I got a lot of things going on at the same time. So thank you,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
All
Mr.
right.
Kelly's in the courtroom too.
Okay. So it looks like. Miss Adams, is it possible to see if Judge Olsaver will sign the warrant on Cundiff?
Send you a message.
I'm sorry.
Sending you a message right now.
Since the email seems to not be working, which is kind of annoying. Let me see if my other email is working. Oh, my email is working for the county now.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So garbage. And so I have Juan Roca. Is he a pickup too?
Yes, that's a FOC pickup.
All right. Do you want to call the jail and get Mr. Roca? 2382, I think.
Roca, I don't know.
Juan Roca. And I'll give you the file number, Miss Spade.
Okay, I don't have him on the jail list. Okay, thank you, Judge.
It's JUAN and then an ROCHA. File number 22-49709 It's a child support warrant.
Thank you.
All All right, I got a Samsung. Let's see who this is. All right, I have a gentleman on a Samsung device. Could I ask your name, please?
Zachary Rosenberg, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Goldstein, are you still with us? I know Mr. Goldstein's with us, but he's probably, I always picture him like something out of a Marvel movie. He's got like all these screens in front of him while he's zooming in and out of all these other courts.
Yeah, I know. I was just talking to him and he's like, I gotta call you right back. I'm in the middle of a Zoom.
Yeah. All right, it's Rosenberg, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna change your screen name and let's just wait for Mr. Rosenberg then. Or Mr. Goldstein then. Good morning, Jill.
Morning.
Judge, did you get the conduct warrant?
Yes, I did. Oh, and I got Rhonda Underwood. Yes. All right, I'm gonna skip over and bring Mr. Grunzicki in.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi, Mr. Grunzicki. I do have Rhonda Underwood now, so she's logging in.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. So I have Jonathan Grunzicki here, so I'm gonna call his case first. Is that all right?
That is fine, Your Honor.
All right. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jonathan Lewis Grunzicki, file number 25-22359FH. I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. Grunzicki, and I'm going with Phoebe McClure appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for pretrial this morning. Mr. Grunzicki, thank you for being patient with me this morning. I know I had to move you in and out due to background noise. So, Miss Underwood, how would you like to proceed with Mr. Grunzicki today?
Your Honor, thank you. If I could just have one moment with Ms. Grunzicki, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Grunzicki, I'm going to open up a breakout room to give you a chance to speak with Miss Underwood. If you're on a Polycom, you're going to go automatically. If you're not on a Polycom, someone might have to let you in. When Miss Underwood comes back into my Zoom room after speaking with you, I will bring you back in myself, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. So let me get Miss Underwood and Mr. Grunzicki. Go ahead and yep, he went automatically. Okay. All right. I'm waiting for the jail. I'm waiting for Mr. Goldstein.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Just quick update on the Newsom case.
Yes.
Michael Newsom, I believe we're adjourning, the pretrial for about 90 days, but I'll let Ms. Underwood come back, and I just want to give you a heads up on what we're doing in that case.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
All right, Ms. Underwood, let me close that breakout room and bring Mr. Grenzicki back. All right. All right, we are back on the record with Mr. Grenzicki. So, Ms. Underwood, how would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, Jalen Grenzicki prefers female pronouns, please.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I can't see you, so I would have picked up on it. I am so sorry. So how would you like to prefer, how would you like
Your
to
Honor, I
proceed
don't
with Ms.
believe we've
Grenzicki?
had court since the forensic report came back. So I believe we need to make a competency determination.
Okay, so have we received that report?
We have.
Okay, so Miss Adams, could you scan that to me, please? Miss Underwood, I apologize because I came down with COVID, which is like so passe. Who gets that anymore?
I totally understand. I very much
I think it was
appreciate the court's presence
Trans-Siberian
today.
Orchestra concert I went to at Joe Louis Arena. But so I had to like stay home today without any preparation. So Miss Adams, would it be possible to email to me the competency report, please? I think she is, but
It's sending right now.
okay, Miss Underwood, while I'm gonna wait for that, could we proceed with Mr. Newsom in the matter of?
We can. I know we're trying to.
Yeah. Is Michael Newsom in the courtroom? Because it doesn't matter if he isn't, but if he is.
No, he's not.
Okay, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Michael Newsom, file number 24-22068F8. Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. Newsom and Mark Burke from the Attorney General's office. Mr. Burke stated that Ms. Underwood, you and Mr. Burke have agreed to adjourn this out 90 days. Is that true?
That is correct, Your Honor. And I will be happy to do this stipend adjournment with Mr. Burke's permission.
So I'm going to set it out to April 15 at 8:30 in the morning, and you can do the stipend order to adjourn. And Mr. Burke, can she sign your name with permission?
Absolutely, of course. And Ms. Underwood, do you need my P number for the stipend order or no?
I'm sorry?
Do you need my P number for the stipulation order?
You can give that to me, Mr. Burke. I'm sure my crack staff has it, but.
Okay, no problem. It's 54935.
935.
Correct.
Thank you.
No problem. Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
All right, thank you, Mr. Burke. I think we're all set for today, correct?
Your Honor, thank you so much. Feel better. Okay.
I'll be back in the other room momentarily, Mark.
Sounds good. Thank you, Rhonda.
All right, so Mr. Grenzicki or Miss Grenzicki, hold on one second. I am reviewing this now. So give me 1 second. Hold on, almost done. Miss Underwood, was there a criminal responsibility report received as well? I'm just curious.
I don't believe
Yeah, yes, there was.
filed that, Your Honor.
No, I know.
Those
I
are
just
filed
asked
in
if you
circuit
received it.
court.
I know. I just asked if you received it.
I don't think we are, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, it has been received. It's dated December 22nd. So it was received right after the competency.
Oh,
and it does, even though it's not required of the court to make a finding, just for the record, it does show that Ms. Grunzicki did not meet the legal definition of insanity at the time of the offense. As to competency, I know the court's reviewing the report. I did forward the court a finding and order on competency and would ask the court to take judicial notice and adopt that report and make that finding.
Okay. So the court has reviewed the report dated November 25 of 2025 regarding competence to stand trial. We get down to the last page. It's signed by a Sierra Canoy, PhD, licensed psychologist, consulting forensic examiner. Miss Underwood, you received this report and
I received and reviewed it, Your Honor.
all right. So upon review of the report, it is their opinion that Ms. Grenzicki is competent to proceed. They considered her self-report, available collateral information, as well as her presentation during the interview. She demonstrates an understanding of the nature and object of the proceedings against her, as well as the ability to assist in her defense in a rational manner. She displayed a solid factual understanding of court processes, discussed the case rationally, and displayed an ability to consider various outcomes of her case. She did not endorse overtly negative attitudes towards the lawyer, nor other legal personnel or the legal system more generally. Indeed, she was able to reference ways in which she and her attorney might work together to reach a favorable outcome. She was able to comport her behavior appropriately throughout the evaluation and stayed on track during conversation. She does have the capacity to attend to conversations and participate relevantly in courtroom proceedings. She is highly intelligent and does not appear to be actively experiencing psychiatric symptoms that would foreseeably impact her competency-related capacities. And is their opinion that the aggregate of information supports the conclusion that she is competent to proceed at the time of the instant evaluation. So Without objection, then I will find that she is competent to stand trial at this time. Miss Underwood, in light of that, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, if we could set this out for another pre-trial, I want to discuss a few things with Ms. Grunzicki, and I believe she's at a facility where they are phone call friendly. So I will be able to do that, and we can have something perhaps ready for the court at the next pretrial.
Okay. Miss McClure, I am going, oh, you already sent that order to Miss Adams, and I will sign that when I come in tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
All right, excellent. So how far out do you want another pretrial?
Yes.
How far out?
30 days, you know.
Let's say, how about February 25 at 8:30?
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right, and you can do this step in
And
order to adjourn, and Miss McClure, can she sign your name with permission?
Yes.
All right, Miss Grunzicki, thank you for your patience this morning. Anything else, Miss Underwood?
Your Honor, do we have an advice of rights for Mr. Grunzicki, or
I have no audio for you, Miss Underwood. Say that again. Miss Underwood, can you repeat that? I didn't pick it up. We have no audio for you, Miss Underwood. Miss Adams, is there an advice of rights at all in the file for Miss Grunzicki? We had audio and all of a sudden it just went out, Miss Underwood. I don't know if you need to log in again or.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Did you have her sign one?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Then we don't have one.
Okay.
Okay.
I will try to get one signed up there.
Okay. All right, Miss Grunzicki, thank you. We'll see you back on February 25 at 8:30, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You as well.
All right. Is Jacob Kelly in the courtroom?
Yes.
Do you want to?
Mr. Price.
Oh, that's Mr. Fry? Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Price here now.
All right, Miss Underwood, do you have to go back to Judge Olsaver real quick?
I do.
All right, see you later then.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, Mr. Fry and Mr. Kelly, if you can go to the podium, please.
Yes, Mr. Wade.
Well, now you're just really confusing me. So Rhonda Underwood is Jacob Kelly and Mr. Wade is Mr. Fry. Is Mr. Wade in the courtroom? I think I see him.
Yes, he is.
All right, so Mr. Fry, could you and your client go have a seat at or go stand up at the podium? Good thing you settled your civil trial, Mr. Fry, because I don't know that I can Zoom for a civil trial, so.
Yeah, it worked out.
All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Christopher James Wade, file number 25-22446FH. I have Brian Fry appearing on behalf of Mr. Wade, and I have Phoebe McClure appearing on behalf of the people. This is a date and time set for a pretrial conference in this matter. So, Ms. Grunzicki, I'm going to release you. So I'm going to send you on your way.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, and then Mr. Fry, how would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, we would be asking for another pretrial, at least 30 days out or so, if the court was willing. I haven't had contact with my client until today, so now I'm able to get, his current phone number and we can discuss, and then I can also talk to the prosecutor following that to see, what we can do with this case going forward. But I'm gonna need more time for that.
All right, Ms. Adams, if I could get a notice of hearing from Mr. Wade for February 11 at 8:30 in the morning. Mr. Wade, it is your obligation to make sure you stay in contact with Mr. Fry. If we come back on February 11th and you haven't reached out to him, understand I can put you in jail. I know Mr. Fry can reach you. So make sure you stay in contact with Mr. Fry. I appreciate it. And we'll get you a notice of hearing. So you just have a seat right behind you on that bench and we'll get a notice of hearing for you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Fry?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. So who do I have in the jail? Are you Juan Roca?
Juan Rocha, ma'am, yes.
Rocha. I'm sorry. Let me find your
Fine.
paperwork. I have the paperwork for you somewhere.
Judge, I believe the rest of your cases on your docket are probation, so I'm gonna go ahead and log out.
I still have Zach Rosenberg waiting for Mr. Goldstein, which I just got. Hold on.
I think that's a probation case.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is.
Vapid
It is.
contempt. Yep, you're right, Ms. McClure. I guess you can go on your way. Thank you.
All right, I hope you feel better.
I'm fine. I'm fine. All right. In the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Zachary David Rosenberg, file number 23-21322FC. I have David Goldstein appearing on behalf of Mr. Rosenberg. This is a date and time set for a violation of probation and a contempt. Mr. Goldstein, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, as far as the violation is concerned, I believe the violation is primarily because he picked up a new charge. That matter is still in district court. So I was going to be asking for about a 60-day adjournment till we get that matter moving forward.
All right. March 4 at 8:30 in the morning.
That's fine.
Mr.
believe-
Coast.
Yeah, there's something else that Mr. Coast was going to address.
Yeah, Mr. Coast.
Yes, Judge, we do have a second contempt for him testing positive for cocaine. He did have a positive back in September, in which he did go before you. And you mentioned at that court date that if he tested positive again, or if he missed a drug test, that you wanted a warrant. So he did test positive again. He tested positive for cocaine on December the 22nd. His color was called again the next day, and then he missed that drug screen. So we do have a second contempt for testing positive.
All right.
Has he tested since that time, Mr. Coast?
He has. His next couple were positive just for THC, nothing else.
Okay.
Mr. Goldstein, how would you like to proceed on that contempt court? We have an active warrant now, Mr. Coast.
Correct, Judge.
Your Honor, my client would like to stand mute on that warrant and ask the matter be set for a hearing on March the 4th.
I was never even aware of any, I haven't even been told that I tested positive for anything else.
We're just finding out this today, Mr. Rosenberg.
Me too. That's why
That's why
call every day.
That's why we're going to adjourn it so you and I can talk. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
And I'll
So
continue to test. I call every day. I just tested yesterday.
do you get the result? Okay. So Mr. Rosenberg, so you have a long history of substance abuse. The charges
ma'am.
you are facing potentially could carry a very lengthy prison term. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So anything you do while on bond can impact how I sentence you when the time comes if you plead guilty or found guilty. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what I'm going to say is, Mr. Coast, is he testing with you or at the facility?
He's testing at the facility, and he is correct. He did test yesterday at the facility, and he was positive for only THC.
Okay. So Mr. Rosenberg, if you test positive for cocaine again, I'm going to set a show cause like as soon as possible and understand you will go to jail that day for 30 days. Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor. Yes.
Part of you not being in jail is you abiding by your bond conditions.
I understand that, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Coast, if he tests positive for cocaine again, I would like a warrant issued and you better come to court on that. All right, Mr. Rosenberg?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Goldstein?
No, Your Honor.
All
Your
right.
Honor,
Yeah.
he needs to report in person to Mr. Moore today.
Oh, are you not
Yep.
reporting to Mr. Moore, Mr.
No,
Rosenberg?
I am. Yep, I have to go there today.
All right, you better show up today.
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Teskey, have Mr. Moore test him today as well, and if he is positive, I'm on him remanded.
She wants you to test him today. All right.
He
Thank
just tested yesterday, but okay.
That's
Well, you never
no,
know.
that's perfectly fine. No, that is perfectly fine.
Okay. I always have people stay clean for court and then go out and
No,
use.
nope,
So,
no surprises. I promise.
okay,
I
all
promise.
right. Mr. Goldstein, we'll see you back on March 4th, 8:30 in the morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Rocha, I am sorry. Let me get back to you.
Am I okay to leave now?
You are
Your
free
Honor?
to go. Yep,
All right. You have a great day. Hopefully you feel better.
I will. I'm fine. Thank you. All right. So, Mr. Rocha, this is in the matter of Sabrina Rivera versus Juan Carlos Rocha, file number 22-49709 UN. Mr. Rocha, we have two things today. We have, let me see here. We have a show cause for failure to pay child support. States you're ordered to pay $132.22 a month in child support as of today. At the time of the show cause on December of 25, you owed $3,129.34. That has since gone up, and as of today's date, you owe $3,282.56. This is like your sixth show cause for failure to pay child support. You were ordered to appear back on December 15 of 2025, and you failed to appear. The last payment we received was $87.83 back on October 29 of
That was the last
2000.
job.
I'm sorry.
I had a job and the last payment was when I
Okay.
got
All
fired
right.
in October.
That's good. Stop talking. All right. So the last payment we received, as I said, was $87.83 on October 29th of 25. This case is charging from Ohio, and you're ordered to pay like $132.22 a month. Okay. So we have had a failure to make payments in November and December. All right. So, Mr. Rocha, because of the number of prior show causes, if you plead guilty to the failure to pay or failure to appear, you could be facing up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you do have a right to have an attorney represent you at this and all subsequent hearings. If you can't afford to hire one, we can appoint you one at public expense. Would you like an attorney appointed to represent you?
I don't know. I didn't even know that I had a show cause, ma'am. I just
I
was in
didn't
court
ask you
last-
that. I asked your question was, do you want an attorney appointed to represent you?
Yes, ma'am, I guess. I don't-
Okay, so Miss Underwood is down the hall with some other cases. So I'm all set with you, and we will bring you back later this morning with Miss Underwood, okay?
Wait. So I gotta pay $132 a month.
Yeah, you're ordered to pay $132 a month in child support. You have been for 3 years.
Yeah, I had a job, but I got
Mr.
fired.
Rocha, you've asked for court appointed counsel, so we're not going to talk about it anymore until your attorney gets here. Okay. So you go ahead, and when Miss Underwood gets back from the other court, I will bring you back. Okay.
I gotta stay in jail.
Until we have our hearing. Yes. So go tell them you'll be back in a little bit. I mean, yeah, you're facing 90 days in jail, so you could, but we'll be back in a little bit. I just need you to go out of the room so I can see somebody else. And then when I get Miss Underwood, I'll bring you back. All right. Okay. Thank you. Go ahead. There you go. All right. Miss Adams, could you let the jail know I am ready for Spiegel, Miller, Hundiff, whoever.
She said she wanted me to come back or something.
He asked for court appointed counsel. We'll see him in a few minutes when I get one, but I'm ready for everybody else on my pickup list.
That would mean to the public.
Judge, I did ask for everybody in Hodges last because I wasn't sure if you wanted that one yet.
Yeah, I don't, who's that? Rhonda's his attorney, right? Yeah, him last. You're right. You're always right.
Okay, okay, thanks.
The good part of my day, Miss Teskey, is when you have a college student home on break and you have to stay home, you can wake them up early.
Aw,
I know they were probably gaming to like 3 a.m, but too bad.
how's she doing?
Fabulous.
Good. Grace is gonna apply there.
It's a great school. Absolutely
Yeah.
great. Love it. So
Does
yeah.
she live in a dorm?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're live though. So we
I
can
know.
talk about
We'll
this
talk
later.
more later.
Yeah. She is. She's ready to go back.
That's a good thing.
I know. You miss them. And you can't
Right.
wait for them to come home. And then when they come home, you're like, where's all my stuff? Where did all this stuff from? Pick up your
Right.
stuff. My house, yeah, I mean, my house looks like a tornado hit it anyway with this summer we've had, but she steals all my stuff. How long has Brianna Spiegel been gone?
It's been a while. September.
Over the 90 days? She can get back in if she wants, though, right? I mean, she can apply to be reinstated.
I don't know, Judge. I mean, I think her and Ben Likens and all of them, I think they took them off because they were over the time
Right.
frame.
But they could apply again, right?
If she has new charges, I guess.
I thought you could on a VOP.
Mm-mm.
I don't see that she has new charges. All right. Who do I have with me at the jail?
We're not on, Judge. I'm so sorry. We're on, Judge.
We're on. Okay. Who do I have with me at the jail?
Antonio Hodges.
All right, let me, you know what, Mr. Hodges, I apologize. I think Miss Adams asked them to bring you in last because I don't have your attorney, so we actually don't need you right this moment.
Okay. So you want me to
So
go?
I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Your attorney is not here yet, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
This is the bad thing about Zooming. My husband's cat is a beast. I think Becky, you told them you wanted him last.
Yeah, it must be because he's on another floor. They just got him ready, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry. Ugh.
You want me to wait your other or
Well, you can wait. I don't know when I'll get the other attorney, but you're more than welcome to wait. I just had a bunch of pickups. Are you on the second floor?
yes, ma'am.
Then it probably won't matter then because they won't use that room for the first floor. So you can go ahead and wait. It's not a problem.
Okay.
No, you're good to go.
Miss Spiegel, I've been looking for you.
Oh,
I've been worried about you. All right. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brianna Lynn Spiegel. We have multiple files, file number 24-21738. Hold on. Let me double check. 21738, 25-22425 FH. Just two files, Ms. Teskey.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Spiegel, we are here for a failure to appear for a probation violation hearing on October 22nd of 2025 on both of those files, or on one file, and that would be number 24-21738 FH, and then there is a failure to appear for a pretrial. Oh, that's a new file, correct? Is that a new charge?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a new charge 25-22425 FH where you failed to appear for a pretrial November 12 of 2025. So the violation, Miss Teskey, what is the violation of probation on 24-21738 FH, please?
Hang on.
sucks. I had a job interview today and everything.
Well,
She left treatment without permission on October 2nd.
okay, that was the original probation violation on the
It
24th.
was.
And what did she plead to on that file?
I left rehab because of
No, don't talk, Miss Spiegel. Miss,
Your Honor, she didn't plead to anything. She failed to report to me after being
no,
discharged.
she was placed on probation on file number, I don't have all my paperwork and I apologize. So on
Okay.
24-21738FH, she was on probation.
1-4. Yeah, I'm looking.
Judge, I just forwarded you those spots.
Yeah, that's controlled substance possession of analogs, Your Honor.
That's a 4-year felony.
Yes.
Okay, so on 24 thank you, Miss Adams, 21738FH, you were on probation for controlled substance possession of analogs. The violation alleges that you're ordered to complete home and new vision residential treatment program and report immediately upon discharge from the program. You then left against staff advice on October 6th of 25 and did not report to probation anytime thereafter. You've also, while this was a technical at the time, it is now a non-technical probation violation. Is that correct, Ms. Tusky?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, so this is now a non-technical probation violation.
What does
So,
that mean?
Ms. Spiegel, well, I'm going to explain that to you. If it had remained a technical within 14 days or right away, you would have been only facing up to 14 days in jail. But because now it's a non-technical probation violation, you are facing up to 4 years in prison. Do you understand that? Say yes or no. Do you understand that?
No.
Okay, so a technical violation carries a maximum penalty of up to 14 days in jail. And a technical violation, once 30 days has passed, becomes a non-technical probation violation, especially now because you were gone for so long. You potentially, if you pled or were found guilty, could be facing up to 4 years in prison. So then the other issue is that, let me look at on the 24 file. And then we have your new file. Obviously, you failed to appear for a pretrial on your new file. So that's a contempt of court, and that carries like a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail or revocation of your bond. And that's on your 25 file. Let me see.
Judge, I don't see a 25 case.
Well, I have a motion affidavit and bench warrant. I thought I had 2. Hold on. She doesn't have a new file?
I have 2 files on probation, Your Honor, and they're both 24 files.
Judge, it may be that the Miller was scanned with those.
Oh, okay. So okay. Bear with us, Miss Spiegel. All right, so I might have read the numbers wrong, Miss. All right, so we have 24-21738FH, failure to appear for probation violation hearing on October 22nd. You're right, Miller came up with it. I'm sorry. So on that file, she's on probation for possession of analogs on the 3-8 file.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so on that probation violation, you could be facing up to 93 days in jail. Let me find Spiegel number 2. Okay, and then we have file number 24-21737FH. What's the charge that she pled to on that file, Ms. Teskey?
That is controlled substance possession and narcotic less than 25 grams.
So that's a 4-year felony. So, Ms. Spiegel, understand if you plead guilty to either of these probation violations or are found guilty, you could be facing up to 4 years in prison. Do you understand that, Ms. Spiegel? Say it again a little bit louder for me, please.
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Spiegel, I don't show it on the jail list, but were you picked up on any new charges? No? Okay. All right, Ms. Spiegel, you do have a right to have an attorney represent you on this and all other hearings. Would you like if you can afford an attorney, you can hire one, but if you can't, we can appoint you one at public expense. Would you like an attorney appointed to represent you? Ms. Spiegel, that
Judge,
really has bad audio. So if you can scoot up a little and speak a little bit clearer for me, okay? Would you like a court-appointed attorney?
I don't really need one.
Ms. Spiegel, you're facing up to a prison term. Do you understand that? So you have a right to have an attorney represent you and guide you through this process. Of course, if you don't want an attorney, I won't appoint one. It's at public expense, but would you like an attorney?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going.
Judge, I'm sorry, I didn't pick her up. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Can you repeat your response? Yes or no, you want an
Yes.
attorney?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ms. Spiegel, you can let them know. I'm gonna go on to the next person. And then when our court appointed attorney gets here this morning, we'll talk with her, okay? So just let them know I'm ready for the next person.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Ms. Teskey, I just sent you a chat.
Oh, okay.
Hi, puppies. All right, ma'am, what is your name, please?
Chelsea Miller.
All right, so hold on, let me go back and bring the paperwork. Um, Oops, hold on. No. Here we go. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Chelsea Lee Miller, file number 25-22424FH. So, this is a motion affidavit in order to show cause. Oops.
Judge, I'm sorry. There's two files. I think I sent them separately. I apologize.
It's okay. I'm gonna do this one and then I'll go find that one. Thank you. So, Miss Miller, this show cause is from Darren Coast, our pretrial services coordinator, who alleges that you failed to comply with an order dated September 15 of 25, which would be your bond conditions, and that you failed a drug test 2 times a week and as directed, and you've not yet to make a test and have missed 10 consecutive tests, and that you failed to provide the court with a good working phone number to Mr. Coast so that he could, so that's a contempt of court, and that contempt of court carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Do you understand that? Do you understand what is going on? Have you gotten
No,
any?
I'm not done talking yet. So, and then on file number 25-22425FH, you had a criminal pretrial on November 12 of 2025, and you failed to appear for that pretrial. So that also carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand that? Yes or no?
Yes, I
All
understand.
right, Ms. Miller, who is your attorney on the underlying file?
It's supposed to be what's the word?
Man or woman?
The court appointed attorney.
Was it man or a woman?
It was a man.
So Salvatore Malaro, Matthew Murphy, Michael Dagger Margosian.
I don't know.
Okay. So you haven't been in contact with them. All right. So
I
ma'am,
spoke with him one time. I've been speaking with the state police.
okay,
They've
hold
been
on.
supposed to be in
Hold on.
contact with me now.
Hold on. So ma'am, you obviously have a right to have your attorney here and represent you on these matters today. Miss Adams, does the file list who her attorney is?
It was Mr. Glazier.
Okay, so Mr. Glazier is not available today, but I can have an attorney here present with you today, obviously on the contempt of courts, because you are facing a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail. You potentially could be also facing charges of absconding for failure to appear for your pretrial back in on November 12 of 25. So ma'am, would you like an attorney appointed to represent you today that you can speak with today?
Yes, please.
Okay, so what I'll do is, Miss Underwood is in the court next door. So, we will, have you go on back to lockup and then we will, bring you back when I get Miss Underwood, all right?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. You can tell them I'm ready for the next person if there is one.
Okay.
Thank you. Speaker. Are there any other pickups? Miss Adams?
I think we've got Spiegel, Miller, Rocha, and Cundiff.
Oh, so I'm ready for Mr. Cundiff. All right. Let me find it. Is All right, Mr. Cundiff.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Christopher William Cundiff, file number 25-22319FH. So, Mr. Cundiff, we are here on a request and warrant for probation violation, which states that you were, oh, I missed it. Hold on, let me scroll down. That you have committed the non-technical probation violation of allegedly being arrested 12/12 contrary condition on the probation. All right, so evidently you were arrested on a felony warrant along with 9 misdemeanor charges, and that would be a violation of probation. So were you arrested last night?
Yes, I was, but I was informed the charges are from July 24th of
Okay,
2020.
excellent. Okay. So so that would be a violation of probation. You were placed on probation. When were you placed on probation?
I was just placed on probation with you December, this last month.
Okay, and the date and time these charges allegedly occurred?
We're in the year 2024 of July.
Ms. Teskey?
Your Honor, I'm finding out from his agent right now.
It's Chris Jones, yep. Evidently, these charges stem from 2024.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I was informed, that I was booked on. These 10 warrants were from those
Okay.
previous.
All right. Hold on just a minute.
I'm gonna run down there. I'll be right back.
Okay. Were you arraigned this morning already?
Yes, I believe so. By I can't remember his name. It's the first time I seen him.
Todd Morgan? Judge
Yeah,
Morgan?
yeah, that.
Miss Adams, could you call down to Judge Morgan's and see if they can give you the felony, the date of the offense?
Okay.
Miss
Your
Teskey?
Honor.
Yeah.
These charges, the warrant needs to be dismissed. These charges stem from August of 2025, not 24, but it was prior to him being placed on probation.
All right. So I am going to dismiss this show cause and warrant against you, sir. And good luck on your new charges, all right?
If
Okay,
you are
I'm not
released,
sure what that first, what does the show cause mean?
So we had this down as a violation of probation because you got arrested overnight. We didn't have the
Okay.
date and time.
Yeah.
We just knew you were taken into custody. So now we're dismissing this because
Okay.
these new charges would not be a violation of your probation. So my charges are my violation of probation is dismissed, but you still, when you get released, need to report to Mr. Jones for probation, all right?
Okay.
Okay, and good luck on your stuff in district court. Did you get a bond?
I believe they said at 45,000, but I was just gonna see if I could get it tethered on the PR or PR on the tether again.
All right, well, good luck with that. Thank you. All right, so we are just waiting for Rhonda to finish up in Judge Olsaver, so it should just be a few
Yeah.
minutes.
The defendant reported states that she continues to live at Kithram Cub, but is looking for an apartment and working with housing.
Ms. Teskey?
She just muted
Yeah, I
herself.
think so.
Mr. Hodges, I just checked on Judge Olsaver's YouTube channel, and Rhonda Underwood is still in front of him, but I think she is finishing up, so it should just be a few minutes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Miss Underwood is joining us. Miss Adams, if you can let the jail know we're ready for the pickups again.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Miss Underwood. I have Mr. Hodges here, so let me go to his file. So in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Antonio Demetrius Hodges, file number 25-22119 FH. I have Ron Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. Hodges on a pretrial. Let me find his paperwork, Roca. I seem to have.
It's a violation of probation, Your Honor.
No, I know. I'm just trying to find Spiegel, Miller, Spiegel, Rocha, Cundiff. Miss Adams, can you resend me Hodges? Because I lost it. Miss Adams, are you at your desk?
Yes, I am, Judge. Did you need
I'm sorry.
something?
Yeah, I can't find, I think I can't find Hodges. Did you email me that earlier?
No, I didn't, because it's not a new one, so I didn't think of it. I'll send it right now.
Okay, so Miss Underwood, this is a probation violation pretrial. You were previously appointed. So Miss Underwood, how would you like to proceed today? If you're talking, we cannot hear you. We lost your audio again.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Thank you.
All right, so Miss Underwood, I heard nothing, but how would you like to proceed today with Mr. Hodges? And we lost your audio again. I am so sorry. No audio.
There's an update. The violation is involving a domestic downstairs. He did plead guilty down district court. And it's set for sentencing, I think, in February.
Okay. All right, let's get Miss Underwood's. I don't know. I think all our laptops are like outdated, but everybody's audio keeps going in and out.
Judge, I also sent you the ROA.
Can
Yep,
you
I
hear
got it.
me?
I can hear you right this moment. Miss Holly said that he pled to the domestic.
What she said is correct.
Yeah, so
Mr. Hodges is willing to plead guilty to the violation today, Your Honor.
okay, so Mr. Hodges, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, Mr. Hodges, thank you so much for your patience this morning. It was a busy docket for everybody. So, Mr. Hodges, we're here on file number 25-22119 FH. And on that file, there was a request and warrant for probation violation alleging that two things. One, that you violated a criminal law by allegedly assaulting Jessica Marie Rose on or about December 17 of 25, and that you were arrested and charged with domestic violence third degree in district court, as well as resisting and obstructing. And the second allegation is you violated the terms of your probation by being assaultive. So, Miss Underwood, what did he end up pleading in district court to?
Mr. Hodges pled to a domestic violence second, I believe, Your Honor. And we would ask that anything else be stricken.
Okay, okay, so, and then the RNO was dismissed. Miss Underwood, the RNO was dismissed.
As far as I'm aware, Your Honor.
Okay, so, for purposes of the plea, can we have the language, Miss Holly, that he pled, guilty to domestic violence second offense?
Yes.
All right, excellent. Thank you. So we will modify that. And then, so Mr. Hodges, count one would be that you violated the terms of your probation by being arrested and charged with these charges and pleading to domestic violence second, and that you assaulted a Jessica Marie Rose. Do you understand that, Mr. Hodges?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you're currently on probation for police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing. That carries a maximum penalty of up to 2 years in prison if you were to plead guilty or be found guilty. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you would ask for court-appointed counsel. We appointed Miss Underwood to represent you. Are you satisfied with Miss Underwood as your attorney and the advice that she has given you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And do you understand that I don't know if I swore you in, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that you have a right to contest this violation of probation charge and to have a trial on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that throughout that trial, you would be presumed innocent until your guilt is proven by a preponderance of the evidence? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to have all the witnesses against you appear at your trial, to have your lawyer ask those witnesses questions, or you may ask them yourself, and to have me order any witnesses you might have to appear at that trial. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
You do not have to testify at your trial, and no one can say anything about you not testifying or hold it against you in any way. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
On the other hand, do you understand that you have a right to testify at your trial if you want to testify?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How do you plead to the first violation, that you violated the terms of your probation by being charged and convicted of domestic violence, or I'm sorry, of being convicted of domestic violence second degree in district court file number 25-2516FY? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right. And how do you plead to the charge that you violated the terms of your probation by engaging in assaultive behavior against a Jessica Marie Rose? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right. Do you understand by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up your right to a trial, as I've already explained to you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Has anything been promised you to get you to plead guilty, sir?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened you in any way to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
If I accept this plea, you will be giving up any and all claims that your plea is given as a result of promises or threats that were not disclosed to the court on the record during this hearing, or that it was not your own choice to enter the plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it your own choice to plead guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Hodges, you were placed on probation, and one of the terms of probation is you weren't to commit any new criminal acts. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And were you charged on or about December 17 with a domestic violence third degree and an RNO?
Yes, ma'am.
But you actually pled to a domestic violence second degree, which is a misdemeanor. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then when are you set for sentencing?
The 20th of next month.
Okay. All right. And then part of that was the victim of that was a Jessica Marie Rose. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Are you satisfied? Well, there's no people. Okay. Accept the plea. It has been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. Defendant has full knowledge of his rights. He does have competent counsel. I'm going to refer this matter to the probation department for a pre-sentence investigation. We will set sentencing for January 16 at 8:15 in the morning. So January 16 at 8:15, we'll be back next week on this, Mr. Hodges. And do you have a bond down in district court?
Not that I know of.
Okay. So we'll see you back on January 16 at 8:15 in the morning. You have a right to be present in person, or you can appear via Zoom. What would you prefer?
Zoom. It don't make a difference.
Okay, we'll do Zoom. All right, so Miss Holly will do an updated probation violation report. We'll get a copy of that to Miss Underwood. She's really good about meeting with people in advance, barring some emergency. And if she can't meet with you in advance, I'll let her talk to you that morning, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hedges. You have a good day.
All right.
All right. All right, Miss
We have a
Underwood.
Mr. Kelly in the courtroom.
Okay, and we have a bunch of people lined up at the jails. Hold on one minute. Watch that turn on. Sorry. All right, Miss Underwood, I have Jacob Kelly in the courtroom. I'm gonna let all the jails in because I got a bunch of jail rooms. So Jacob Kelly, why don't you come up to the podium? And Miss Adams, can you send me paperwork on Kelly? Okay, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jacob Dean Kelly. We have two files. We have 23-21287FH and we have 24-21801FH. Mr. Kelly is present in person in the courtroom. This is the date and time set for a pretrial on the probation violation. Miss Underwood was previously appointed to represent Mr. Kelly. So, Miss Underwood, how do you wish to proceed on the pretrial today? And I lost audio on you again. I am so sorry, Miss Underwood.
Am I back?
You are back. All right.
You can't be any sorrier than I am, Your Honor.
Is
This
this
has been a
happening in Judge
frustrating
Old?
morning.
Was it happening in Old Savers too?
Yes.
I am so sorry. I know it's awful. All right. So Miss Underwood, how would you like to proceed with Mr. Kelly today?
I believe we have an update on payment as far as Mr. Kelly.
All right, Miss Teskey.
No, that's mine. He is making payments. As of December 16, he owed $650 on the one file. They haven't put any payments on the other file yet.
Right. So
I would ask for an adjournment on this matter, Your Honor.
So what's the total? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just was gonna see if we could go ahead and plead. He's doing fine. He's reporting and paying. If we could just plead him out and set him for sentencing, I'm not looking to do anything crazy with this guy right now.
You just want to continue him on probation, keep him paying?
Yes.
So Miss Underwood, based on Miss Holly's statement, he is not facing a jail term for this violation of probation. Does he have a prior violation, Miss Holly?
This is his first one in our case.
Okay. So Miss Underwood, Miss Holly is not going to be asking for jail, just a continuation of probation. And obviously Mr. Kelly just needs to get this paid off.
Well, you know, I kind of hate for him to have a violation, an official one on his record, Your Honor, if I can avoid it.
All right, let me see.
He did use
making
alcohol.
payments.
It was also a consumption of alcohol. It's not just the payments.
Yeah, one of the violations is that he consumed alcohol. One of the violations is he consumed alcohol. Did he have, I don't have the file here and I apologize.
It was on September 2/25.
Yeah. No, I meant, I didn't know if he had HIDA or anything on these files.
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. So here's what I could do, Miss Underwood. He could plead and I'm gonna set, he owes, these are 23 files. I just need him to pay the money. So he owes like 2 something on one file and 1134 on the other. I can set sentencing out you know,
That'd be fine.
120 days, Miss Holly, and if he pays all this off, I'll dismiss the VOP and we'll revoke and terminate his probation.
That'd be fine.
Would that be okay, Miss Underwood? Because if he complies, then his probation violation will be dismissed.
Right.
Well, it's probation, right?
Well, I would dismiss the probation violation as well if he pays and he doesn't drink. So I'd set it out like 120 days. If he pays it off, he doesn't consume alcohol, dismiss the probation violations. But if he doesn't pay it off and he does drink alcohol, then that probation violation will stay on his record. So, Miss Underwood, I don't think you can beat that.
Okay.
All right. So, Mr. Kelly, you've heard all these discussions, right? So on these two files, let me pull them up. We have two files. We have an allegation on file number 24-21801FH that you consumed alcohol on or about September 2nd of 25, and that you violated for failing to pay anything towards your court costs. At that time you owed 266. Now it might be less now. And then on the other, make it stop. Hold on. I'm using like multiple devices here. All right. And then on 23-21287, wait, did I just, oh, on that one, the same allegation, you test positive for consumption of alcohol and that you failed to pay anything towards your court costs and you owe $1,134. So, Mr. Kelly, do you think you could pay both those off in 120 days?
I believe so, Your Honor.
All right. Are you currently employed?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right. Okay. So, you know, with all the snow, you could do extra chores, pick up some money. All right. Do you, Mr. Kelly, obviously you could be facing a penalty of jail on this. But Miss Holly has agreed that at this point, she's not looking at jail. She just wants you not to consume alcohol and to pay this off because you're at the end of your term. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And so you do have a choice. You could set it for trial or you can plead. Do you need a moment to talk to Miss Underwood, or do you know what you want to do?
Talk to Ms. Underwood real quick,
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right. So Miss Underwood, my bailiff's going to take Mr. Kelly out to the hallway to log into the Zoom device there, and I'll give you a moment to speak with him. All right.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna admit all right, so I'm going to assign the hallway and Miss Underwood to a breakout room. I'm gonna open that breakout room and you go ahead and join that. All right, so Miss Underwood, you've had a chance to speak with Mr. Kelly. How would Mr. Kelly like to proceed?
Mr. Kelly would like to plead with the offer that was extended, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Adams, I'm gonna need a sentencing date for 120 days out. And then I'll need a notice for Mr. Kelly. So
We're doing it as a sentencing date.
a BOP sentencing date, yeah, 120 days out.
We could do May 15th at 8:15.
May 15 at 8:15. And if I can get a notice of hearing for him, that would be great. All right. So Mr. Kelly, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. So Mr. Kelly, you've had an opportunity to speak with your attorney. Are you satisfied with your attorney and the advice that she has given you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now you understand that like on file number 23-21287FH, the possession of methamphetamine does carry a maximum penalty of up to 10 years in prison, but Miss Holly is not recommending a jail term at this point. She just wants your stuff paid off so that you can revoke and terminate probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, you do have a right to contest these violation of probation charges and to have a trial on them. During the trial, you would be presumed to be innocent until your guilt is proven by a preponderance of the evidence. You have a right to have all the witnesses against you appear at your trial, to have your lawyer ask those witnesses questions, or you may ask them yourself, and to have me order any witnesses you might have to appear at that trial. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You do not have to testify at your trial, and no one can say anything about you not testifying or hold it against you in any way. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the other hand, do you understand that you have a right to testify at your trial if you want to testify? Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, on both of these files, how do you plead to the charge that you violated the terms of your probation by consuming alcohol on or about September 2nd of 2025? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
All right, and how do you plead to the second charge that you violated your terms of probation by failing to pay towards your court costs owed in one file of 260 and in the other file of 1134? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
All right, and do you understand by pleading guilty, you will be giving up your right to a trial, as I've already explained to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Other than what was placed on the record, has anything been promised to you to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone threatened you in any way to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
If I accept this plea, you will be giving up any and all claims that your plea is given as a result of promises or threats that were not disclosed to the court on the record during this hearing, or that it was not your own choice to enter the plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it your own choice to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you were placed on probation. One of the terms of your probation was that you're not to consume alcohol. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
On September 2nd of 2025, did you test positive for alcohol during a drug test or urine or alcohol test?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's because you had consumed alcohol?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, another term of your probation is to pay your fines and costs. And on file number 23-21287, back in September, you had a balance owed of $1,134. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and that's because you hadn't paid your fines and costs, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, and I know you've made some payments since then, so that's good. And then in file number 24-21801FH, you had a balance at that time of $266. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now those amounts have gone down because you've been making payments, so that's good. All right, so I accept the plea. It has been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. The defendant has full knowledge of his rights. He does have competent counsel. I'm going to refer this matter to the probation department for a pre-sentence investigation. I'm going to set a sentencing for May 15 at 8:15 in the morning. Understand, if you're not making payments, Miss Holly's going to show cause you in again, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, it's gonna start snowing again. There's yard work. You can do things to pick up extra money, but get this paid off. and make payments every month, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, has he received his notice of cleansing date?
Yes, he has.
Okay. All right, Miss, keep reporting to Miss Holly. I don't want you to test positive for alcohol or anything else. And then I want you to make payments. And as long as you do that, when we come back on May 15 or even before, we'll dismiss it. All right.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Holly, anything else?
No, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kelly.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Mr. Rocha first. So I'm gonna put Miss Spiegel and Miss Miller in waiting room real quick, and I'll bring you right back.
That's all I had, Judge.
Yep, I think Sarah's here for the BOP, so okay. All right, Mr. Rocha, let me get back to your paperwork. Let me find you. Okay. So, Mr. Rocha, we are back here on file number 2022-49709 Miss Underwood, Mr. Rocha had asked for court appointed counsel. This is his sixth show cause for failure to pay child support. There is a failure to appear and a failure to pay. He had asked for court appointed counsel. So I am going to open up a breakout room for you two, and then I will see you when you get back. Mr. Rocha, you're going to have to click on join breakout room. Hold on, Miss Underwood. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, let me close the jail room. All right. Ms. Underwood. Back with Mr. Rocha. So, Miss Underwood, how would you like to proceed?
I would ask the court to enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Rocha's behalf. Your Honor, Mr. Rocha does have a history of making payments, a pretty good one. However, Mr. Rocha did lose his job towards the end of the year, Your Honor, and that created some problems. But he has a new job. He's managed to find one at Burger King in Tecumseh that he starts on Friday. I, Your Honor, would humbly request that the court give Mr. Rocha a PR bond and set this matter from 3 weeks to today, from 3 weeks to Monday, a Monday. And by then, Mr. Rocha should have income withholding in paperwork in hand for the friend of the court, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Rocha, here's the deal. You don't have the best history of making payments because you only pay 132 a month and your arrearage is like 3,282. So I'm going to guess your employment's pretty spotty. I am going to order that your amount be 183 a month. So 50 of that goes towards the arrearage to pay that down. So, Mr. Rocha, if you are going to be working at Burger King and they have not taken it out of your check yet, like when you get your paycheck and you don't see that they deducted the child support, I need you to make that payment for that week or that bi-week in
183, ma'am?
No, listen to me. If you get paid weekly, you would pay $45 a week in person. If you get paid bi-weekly, you would pay $91 every 2 weeks in person at the front of the court until they start taking it out of your check. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to set this over, Miss Adams. Could I get end of the month or beginning of February date?
You are here January 26th or February 2nd.
Let's set it over to January 26th at 8 a.m. for a front of the court morning docket. That's January 26th at 8 a.m. If you are making payments, you need to reach out to, is this your case, Ms. Sienkiewicz, obviously, but I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Ms. Sienkiewicz. I want you to give her an updated phone number and address for you. Is that all right? If you are making these payments, she may call you the Friday before and say, we're going to adjourn it out so you don't have to come in. Do you understand that?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 182 a month, that means you got to make weekly payments or bi-weekly payments when you get paid until it starts coming out of your check. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I am going to open up a breakout room, Ms. Sienkiewicz, if you don't mind. And you can,
Is that a PR bond?
yeah, I'm going to give him a PR bond. And then you need to give that updated information to Ms. Sienkiewicz. Go ahead and join that breakout room with her. Okay, he's already in there, Ms. Sienkiewicz. Thank you. Okay, so next we're going to take, let's see. All right, Ms. Miller? Okay, let me go back and get your paperwork. Let me find it. Somewhere. Okay, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Chelsea Lee Miller, file number 25-22424FH. This is a motion affidavit in order to show cause. Miss Miller has failed to drug test twice a week as directed as a term of probation or bond. She also has failed to test. She has yet to take a test and has missed 10 consecutive tests and failed to provide the pretrial services coordinator a valid phone number. And we also then, Miss Underwood, have a failure to appear for a pretrial conference and show cause on November 12th of 2025. Miss Underwood, I do believe Mr. Glazier is her court-appointed counsel. So she did ask for court-appointed counsel today, so I'm going to open up a breakout room for the two of you. And let me get in there real quick. Let me move stuff around. Monterey County Jail. All right, so I'm going to assign her and Miss Underwood to a breakout room. Go ahead and join that breakout room.
Judge, is she on probation with Miss Walsh? Is
I
that what
don't-
one of the,
I don't have a violation of probation. I just have violation of bond conditions and failure to appear for a circuit court pretrial.
okay. You know, Darius Collins never showed up.
I know.
Okay, so we are continuing the bond of 25,000, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let me close all these breakout rooms. They should start popping back in. All right, we are back on the record with Miss Miller. So, Miss Underwood, how would you like to proceed?
I would ask the court to enter a not guilty plea on Ms. Miller's behalf to the contempt, Your Honor. Ms. Miller has no problem testing, Your Honor. She would very much today like to request a new color. Ms. Miller has safety concerns that, Your Honor, people who know her old color are very assaultive to her and wait for her to test, and she's assaulted.
Well,
we
she's
would-
never tested. So, Miss Adams, could you see if Mr. Coast could log in?
Oh.
Hold on one second. Let's get Mr. Coast.
And Your Honor, we would also like a pretrial date set for Mr. Glazer.
Okay.
And
I got Mr. Coast, so let me bring him in. Okay, so Mr. Coast, we are here on Chelsea Miller. We have a couple things today, a failure to appear, and we have a show cause. Miss Miller, according to the allegations, has never met with you or done any of her drug testing. Is that correct?
Judge, name doesn't sound familiar, so I believe so. Let me pull the files.
Please don't talk over each other. Let Miss Miller, hold on. Let Mr. Coast look it up.
Let's see. She did, I've noted back October 13th, she missed her first 4 tests. On the 30th, she was up to 10 missed tests, and we did a show cause, and she failed to appear. So that's correct. She has yet to test.
Okay, and then you did not get a valid phone number for her as well?
I don't believe so, Judge.
Okay, so Miss Miller has expressed concerns about the color that she was assigned to test. Are
Okay.
we able to assign a different color to her?
We get assigned teal, which is once a week. If you want more, I could actually have her test here at the courthouse at a reduced rate, though.
Okay, so Miss Miller, are you still living in Hillsdale?
I am not. That is the man that
I don't want
assaulted
you to
me.
give me an address. What city do you live in?
I am in Jackson. I am back in Jackson.
All right.
If I could
so-
test in Jackson,
hold on,
that would be
hold on,
great.
hold on.
Okay.
That's fine.
And
All right.
Judge, there is a agency I use in Jackson, AverHealth. I can sign her up with that, and we could look at rates. She would
All right.
need to see me though, so I could set that up with her.
All right, and then Miss Underwood, I don't know if you're able to access it or if Miss Adams is. The pretrial she failed to appear for, was that a first pretrial after a waiver of arraignment, or was she here in person for the last one?
hang on, let me go back to the file, Your Honor.
I just want to see if she had notice.
Judge, she failed to appear on November 12th. I'm going back.
I
We were
think
waiting.
that was the first pretrial, Your Honor. It looks to me like I don't see anything after the waiver of arraignment and that missed pretrial.
Yeah, it looks like she missed November 12th pretrial.
Okay, and you don't, do you show a notice, did she waive the arraignment, you said, Miss Underwood?
Judge, I sent a notice to the Hillsdale address.
All right, so Miss Miller, here's the deal. I'm going to give you one more chance. I'm gonna release you on a PR bond. I'm gonna set this for a pretrial. Oh, February 4 at 8:30 in the morning. And I'm giving you notice on the record right now, so you're hearing me. February 4 at 8:30 in the morning, your jail paperwork will also have that date on it. You need to appear for that date. When you get released from the jail today, I need you to walk over to the courthouse, go to the 3rd floor. He may be gone for lunch. You do lunch 12 to 1:30, Mr. Coast?
Correct, Judge. I'll be back at 1:30.
All right, so if it'll take you time to get released, but then when you're done, you need to come over and meet with Mr. Coast at the courthouse at 1:30 p.m. So go up to the 3rd floor, check in the clerk's office and tell him you're here to see Mr. Coast, and then he'll meet with you in the hallway. Failure to do that, I'll issue a bench warrant. And then he'll set up testing at Aver Health for you, and you are required to test, all right?
And
And
now, will this include the new, I saw the judge earlier about another bond for the court that I had missed. Does that include all this?
if you saw a different judge, that's a different court, and I have no idea what happened there.
That's for this. It was supposed to be for, all of this is for together. I was supposed to have, they were supposed to give me a ticket for, driving my license suspended.
All right, Miss Miller, hold on. It looks like, let me see here. I saw you this morning, so you talked to me earlier.
Yeah, and I saw Judge Morgan for
Okay,
the ticket.
What did he do with you?
He gave me a $500 bond. He said he could give me a PR bond tomorrow, but he doesn't do the talking. He just gives you what he gives you. I guess I was supposed to come in to find out how much the ticket was
so
for.
I don't want you to get into the case. All right, I have nothing to do with Judge Morgan's court. So if he gave you a $500 bond, you're not getting out today. If he gives you a PR bond tomorrow between the hours of 8 and 12 and 1:30 and 4:30, Mr. Coast will be at the courthouse and you can come over to the courthouse and meet with him. I'm giving you a PR bond, so you're done with my case until you come back for court, but I have no authority over Judge Morgan's court. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so we will make
Ms.
sure.
Underwood, is that something you can help me get taken care of today?
No, I am not Judge Morgan. I am a circuit.
No, I said Ms. Underwood, the lawyer.
Oh, probably not.
You're, Chelsea, if he said he will give you a PR bond tomorrow, that's probably the quickest the way you're going to get one. Okay. But I will call and check. Okay.
I appreciate that. I really do. I just don't want to lose that other job.
Okay, so Miss Miller, we're all set. Make sure as soon as you get out of jail, you come meet with Mr. Coast, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Don't lose your jail paperwork because it has your notice of hearing. And Mr. Coast, can I put you in a breakout room with her to get an address and a phone number?
Very good. Thank you, Judge.
Could you give that to Ms. Adams?
Absolutely. And Judge, I'll actually, I'll put that information into the computer.
Oh, you're awesome. All right. So Miss Miller, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Darren Coast just to get an updated address and phone number for you. All right. All right. Thanks, Mr. Coast. All right, Miss Underwood, I'm going to bring in Miss Spiegel. All right. So we are back on the record. Let me get Miss Spiegel. Let me find your paperwork. All right, so we have a couple files for Miss Spiegel. All right, so Miss Underwood, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brianna Spiegel. 24-21738FH and 24-21737FH. So Miss Underwood, I've already arraigned her on the probation violation and she requested court-appointed counsel. I will tell you that because of the length of time she's been gone, she's not eligible to stay in recovery court anymore. So I'm gonna open up a breakout room and assign you to that breakout room. So go ahead and join, Miss Spiegel. You're gonna have to join that breakout room. And Deputy Lucy, there is someone in the courtroom. What are they waiting on?
It's Miss Spiegel's mother.
Okay, okay. All right, bringing your client back. All right. There she is. She just popped in. Okay. So we are back on the record with Miss Spiegel. Miss Underwood, have you had a chance to speak with Miss Spiegel?
I have.
All right. And how would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, we would like to enter a not guilty plea on Ms. Spiegel's behalf.
And you know this is now a non-technical violation, Miss
I do
Underwood.
know that.
Okay. All right. And you want it set for trial?
Yes.
Okay. So, Miss Teskey, if you could unmute Miss Adams, I'm looking for, how many witnesses does your client have?
I don't believe she has any witnesses. Do you, Brianna?
Witnesses for what?
For your violation, we're gonna have a trial on your violation of probation. Do you have any witnesses you're gonna call?
Oh.
All right, Miss Spiegel, I'm very concerned, Miss Underwood, and perhaps because you spoke with her at length. Does she appear to be under the influence of something that might impair her thought processes? Because I do know how I interact with Miss Spiegel when she's sober, and it doesn't appear to be the same.
Brianna, I do have some concerns.
All right,
about
so okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna set this over for I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty today. And then Miss Adams, I guess I would like it for rearrangement and possibly trial. So I would like a prosecutor available. I would have been able to proceed today, but I have some suspicion Miss Spiegel is positive for something right now. Miss Teskey, do you want to test her today or no?
Your Honor, I can run over to the jail and do that if you would like me to.
Yep.
I'm
So
already dirty. I might as well just tell you now.
what are you
Okay,
dirty
what
for?
are you using?
What do you meth?
Okay. All right. So I'm going to set this over Miss Adams. I'm looking for a VOP pretrial and or trial next week on a Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday.
How much time allotted?
An hour. I don't feel comfortable proceeding this week, Miss Underwood, until I know that she's free of any illegal controlled substances.
Judge, I don't show we have an hour anywhere.
Okay.
Your Honor, perhaps we don't need an hour for trial. Perhaps we just need a pretrial.
Okay, so how about next Wednesday, Miss Adams? Just for VOP pretrial.
Okay.
All right. So we'll see you back next Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning. I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. By then, you should be free of any controlled substances, and I will set your bond. Let me see what your bond is. Let me see. I'm gonna set bond in the amount of, I'm not seeing one.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
she does have a bond.
What is it?
I'm looking it up right now.
I'm looking. My paperwork's not showing a bond.
And she was given a bond of $25,000 cash surety on each docket on October 22nd, 2025.
All right, I'm gonna change that to cash, not cash surety. So
Okay.
I'll set bond in the amount of 25,000 cash on each file. And we'll see you back next Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning, Miss Spiegel. All right. Thank
Judge,
you.
just for the record, it does show cash on our end.
Okay, good. All right, so Miss Underwood, I believe that we have now completed our morning docket. Miss Teskey, don't go anywhere. Is there anything I forgot, Miss Adams?
Do you have
I
Christopher
think
Condiff?
we're good.
Oh, Cundiff. Yeah, I don't have him.
No, that was dismissed.
Oh, it was dismissed. So we're done. So Miss Underwood, we should be all set. Thank you.
Our long national nightmare is over.
What do you mean?